African countries have been urged to increase investment in natural gas exploration since it is a cleaner source of energy. African Energy Chamber Chairperson N.J. Ayuk says the continent is in its development stage and should be allowed to harness its natural resources to benefit its people. Ayuk was speaking at a roundtable by Gazprom, which is part of events in the lead-up to the Russia-Africa Summit slated for next month in Russia. The rising cost of fire. Residents of Gikeo village, or rather actually we had heard that story before, but industry players are calling for the creation of better frameworks and policies that will help attract climate finance to the country. European Investment Bank says low-income countries lack standardization regulation that support climate financing, adding that awareness on climate change metrics should be prioritized. The bank says incentives to develop innovative financial instruments such as green bonds, blue bonds, resilience bonds and transactions using carbon credits ought to be put in place.
The European Investment Bank, as a climate bank, is very keen to help the transition from some of these governments by offering blended finance. What is blended finance? It's a mix of grants and loans for technical assistance, guarantees, investment grants that will facilitate this transition towards clean energy, so that the ability of the governments in order to absorb the investments that are being made both by the public sector and the private sector can be acceptable and can be sustainable in the long run.
Products of support and investment towards those kinds of projects is quite critical, and it can only work through a banking partner such as us. We retain strong belief that this sector has great potential and promise, and part of this conference is to be able to identify the next large significant projects, not just in Kenya and the region, but right across the continent, because we have a footprint right across Africa.
Transitioning towards a greener Kenya, a conversation that remains a top priority even as the country continues to lobby efforts against mitigating climate change. Reporting for Prime Edition, my name is Nduta Mokami.